Om Avidyanamantastamiramihirद्वीपनगरी जडानां चैतन्यस्तवकमकरन्दस्रुतझरी दरिद्राणां चिन्तामणिगुणनिका जन्मजलधौ निमग्नानां दंष्ट्रामृविपुवराहस्य भवति भवानी त्वं दासे मयि वितरदृष्टिं सकरुणाम् इति स्तोतुं वाञ्छन् कथयति भवानी त्वम् इति अहं तदैव त्वं तस्मै दिशसि निजसायुज्यपदवीं मुकुंद ब्रह्मेन्द्र स्फुट मुकुट नीराजितपदाम् Om Amriteshwari Namaha. My pranams to my Guru, Amma. My pranams to one and all who are attending these Soundalahari sessions. In the past few days, there was some interruption. I'll just brush up through what has happened before. From 13th sloka onwards, that is Naram Varshi Yamsam Nayana Virasam, there were some prayogas. It is called as prayoga for material benefits. In brief, it mentioned that the person who is worshipping Devi becomes a center of attraction for everyone, even if he is old, even if he is not able to cut jokes. People look at him with awe. They look at him even by forgetting their own body consciousness. Naram Vashi Yamsam Nayana Virasam. Narmasujadam Tava Apanga Loke Patitam Anudhavanti Satasha. Galad Veni Bandaha Kuchakalasa Visrastaschayaha. Hatat Drudyat Kancho Vigalita Dukula Yodaya. Then Shitaushat Panchasat Dishamadika Panchasad Udake Hutase Dwasashti Chaturadika Panchasad Anile Divid Vishatramsad Manasaj Chatushashtiritiye Mayukha Tesham Pripari Tava Padambuja Yugam. There are 360 rays which are symbolic of Surya, Chandra, and Agni, which are symbolic of all the chakras, which are symbolic of the time, the factor time, and Devi is Kalatita Swarupini. Then Sharad Jolsana Suddham Sasiyuta Jadajota Mukudam. That is the 15th sloka. One who worships Devi as Saraswati. They milk and honey flow through their speeches. That is another prayoga, Saraswata prayoga. 16th verse is Kavindranam Chetah Kamalavana Balata Purichim Bhajante Ye Santa Katichit Arunameva Bhavati. That is again a Saraswata prayoga, a practice which will enable you to get a good speech. A person who is worshipping Devi as Aruna in Aruna Varna, in the red color, reddish tinge, he speaks like Saraswati, like the darling of Brahma. Then Savitri Bhirvacham Shashimani Silabhangarajvi, that is the 17th sloka. One who worships Devi as Saraswati, who is surrounded by Vashinya, the Vagdevis, the 12 yoginis, the Chaturamnaya Devis, Vashinya, the Abhihi, Vashini, etc., like that it is told. So all these are included. They speak Sakarta Kavyanam Bhavati. They become creators of great kavyas, great scholarly creations. That is another Saraswata prayoga. So from 13th sloka onwards, many prayogas are being told. The 18th sloka, that's what I'm going to take today. Can we play that sloka?
Sure, Samji.
तनुच्छायाभिस्ते तरुणतरणिश्रीसरणिभिः दिवं सर्वामुर्वीम् अरुणिमनिमग्नां स्मरति यः भवन्त्यस्यत्रस्य द्वनहरिणशालीननयनाः सहोर्वश्यावश्याः कति कति न गीर्वाणगणिकाः
Here, again, the benefits of meditating Devi in the luster of the morning sun. And who meditates Devi in Aruna Varna? The whole universe is immersed in Aruna Varna. Arunima Nimagnam Smaratiyaha. The luster of your beautiful body, which is like a rising sun, and which immerses the whole universe, the whole world, in its own reddish color. He becomes a center of attraction. The celestials, like Urvashi and others, how many of them will not become his slaves? How many of them will not become his slave and follow him with an eye of which is resembling the beautiful deers? They look at him with amazement. They look at him with love. They look at him with fear. They become his slaves. The celestials like Urvashi, etc., how many of them? Many of them will become his slaves and follow him like a slave. The person who is meditating Devi in Aruna Varna. Tanu Chaya Biste. Tanu means body, Chaya means the luster. Taruna Taruni Sri Saranibhi. The glow that flows from the body of Devi, it is immersing the whole universe. Divam Sarvam Urvim Arunimanimagnam. It covers the sky as well as the earth with her reddish glow. The person who remembers, who meditates upon this particular form, becomes the center of attraction, and damsels like Urvashi, etc., many of them become his slaves. They look at him with awe and amazement, like a deer. They have a very beautiful eyes. They follow him like slaves. Again, this says that the person who is meditating upon Devi in Aruna Varna becomes the center of attraction. The Devi is told to be having Aruna Varna. Arunam Karunatarangitakshim, it is told in Lita Sahasranam. Udyat Bhavanu Sahasrabha. She is like a rising sun. Her glow fills the whole universe. Everybody becomes attracted towards him. Apsara Stris, etc. So they are generally women are jealous to see the beauty of others. It is told in Ramayana that even men used to look at Rama for his extraordinary beauty. They became attracted towards him. Whoever wanted to see his eyes, will not be able to turn from that particular point. Each one of his body parts were very, very attractive. Tol Kandar, Thole Kandar, it is told in Kamba Ramayana. Who wanted to see his hands, they will see only his hands. They will not be able to change their eyesight from that particular point. Each one of his parts were so beautiful, so handsome he was. Similarly here, even the woman gets attracted towards this particular person. In the forest, we can find deers looking at us when you go to Wayanad and such places. Hundreds of deers will look at us beautifully. They are frightened of animals like tiger. So they are always careful. They observe whoever is passing through that way with a frightened look. But their looks are so gracious and so beautiful. So they don't close their eyes. They look at this particular sadhaka, the seeker, with a great amazement, with great love. A similar prayogas are told in the Prayoga Shastras. Yavakabdho nimagnam yo divam bhumim vichintayed tasya sarva vasam nyataha trailokya vashinadhritam. This is Bhavanopanishad. Whoever meditates the lustre or the glow of Devi in Aruna Varna, he becomes the center of attraction and all are attracted towards him. Whoever is living in the Trilokas, Yat, Patala and Swarga, they become attracted towards him. So this is the essence of this particular sloka. This is again a Prayoga Shastra. This says that they become a center of attraction, they become a point of attraction. The Upasakas who worship Devi become the center of attraction. So I'll go to the next sloka. We can play the 19th sloka. Please play the 19th sloka.
Okay.
Mukham bindum krutva kuchayugamadhastasya tadadho harardham dhyayedyo haramahishite manmathakalam. Sasadyas sankszobham nayati vanita ityati laghu trilokimapyashu भ्रमयति रवीन्दुस्तनयुगाम्
रमयति रवीन्द्रस्तनयुगा
I will tell the general meaning of this particular shloka. This is another prayoga. Mukham brindam kritva. The mukha should be considered as the bindu. Kuchayugam adhastasya tadado harardham dhyayedya. The Kuchayuga or the breasts are to be considered below. Below that harardham dhyayedya, who meditates the yoni and who meditates upon the Kamaraja Bija. Manmatha Kala is Kamaraja Bija. It is again a letter, a syllable, which is used for mantra. It is used in the mantra prayoga of Devi. Whoever meditates like this, sa sadhya sankshobham nayati. He attracts sankshobham nayati. He changes or he creates tremors or waves of emotions in the woman and charms the whole world. A person who is meditating Devi's universal form, Ravindus Tanayugam, who meditates the sun and the moon as the breasts of Devi, he creates waves of emotions in the minds of others. He attracts the whole three world, Triloki Mapyasu Brahmayati, immediately, instantly. He doesn't take any moment, not even a single moment. In a second, he is able to change, he is able to transform the people by his sankalpa. Whoever meditates the universal form of Devi, whoever meditates sun and moon as the breasts of Devi, he is able to attract the whole universe. This is the content of this sloka. I'm not going into the details of this particular sloka, into the prayoga of this sloka, as I'm not an expert in the prayoga shastra. Like in the previous slokas, that is why I was explaining the slokas from 13 onwards. Many prayogas are being told or dealt in this particular part of Saundar Lahari. This is called as the Madaka Prayoga, attraction, prayogas which attract others, Strivasya prayogas. In this Kamaraja Bija is being practiced. There are many types of mantras, Sukshma, Sukshmatara, Sukshmatama. There are Panchadashi Vidyas, Kamakala Vidyas, Kundalini mantras. These prayogas are explained in the other texts like Parashurama Kalpa Sutra, etc., Bhavanopanishad, etc. Normal people need not practice all this. We need to chant all the Saundar Lahari, the entire Saundar Lahari with devotion to whatever extent possible. The texts like Kama, Kala Vilasam, Setu Bandham, Varivasya Rahasyam, etc. ought to be referred to understand these slokas in a better way. These are all Prayoga Shastras. Whoever wants to achieve the worldly benefits like attracting people ought to practice this. It has to be practiced under a guru who is an expert in the particular field, not anybody who is just an astrologer. who are able to give you diksha, who are able to control you, who are able to take you in the right path, to give you a proper direction. Such people are to be sought to practice this. But the general meaning of the sloka, I'm dealing it here just for the benefit of chanting. This is called as a Madhaka Prayoga. This Kamakala Bija is being indirectly told. In this, the universal form of Devi is to be meditated. As the person who is having Ravi and Indu as thanas, he has to meditate the Manmatha Kala. Or the Kamakala Bija. These prayogas are more detailedly told in the Parashurama Kalpa Sutra. Mukham bindum krutva kuchayugam adhastasya tadadha harardham dhyayedya hara mahishite manmadhakalam sadyo sadyak sankshobham naiti vanita ityati laghu tilogim apyasu bhrameti ravindusthana yugam. It is very easy to attract the three worlds by meditating upon Devi in the universal form. That is the content of this particular sloka. We can play the next sloka. 20th sloka. Kiranti Mangebhya.
Okay, Swamiji.
किरन्तीमङ्गेभ्यः किरणनिकुरुम्बामृतरसम् हृदि त्वामाधत्ते हिमकरशिलामूर्तिमिव यः ससर्पाणां दर्पं शमयति शकुन्ताधिप इव ज्वरप्लुष्टान् दृष्ट्या सुखयति सुधाधारसिरया
Yet another prayoga is being described here. Kiranti Mangebhya. O goddess, Angebhya Kirana Nikurumbha Amrita Rasam Kiranti. A luster, a glow flows from your body. Your form is looking like a moonstone, Chandrakanta stone. Himakarashilamurtimiva Tvam Yaha Hridi Adhatte. Whoever meditates you in the form of a Chandrakanta stone, a form which is resembling the Chandrakanta stone, and Amrita Rasa is flowing through that form, which showers nectar from all the parts of your body. Kirana Nikurumbha Amrita Rasam Kiranti. Amrita Rasa is being flowing from your limbs, from your body. Angebhya kirana nikurumbha amritarasam kiranti. Amritarasa is flowing from all your parts, all your body. Whoever meditates you in the form of a Himakara Shila, Chandrakanta, like a sun, moonstone. Himakara means moonstone. It's a Sankalpika stone. Yaha Hridi Adhate, whoever is thinking you in that form, in their minds. So Sarpanam Darpam Samayadi. They put an end to the pride of the snakes. They humble the snakes by their presence. They cure the people with severe temperature, with fever, by their mere looks. Whoever meditates you in the form of a moonstone, whoever meditates you as if nectar is flowing from all your limbs, all your body, that person is able to humble the sarpas or the snakes, the most severest of the poisonous snakes. They are able to humble those snakes. They are able to cure people with severe temperature, with severe fever, by their mere looks. This is again called as a Garuda Prayoga and Jarahara Prayoga. Two Prayogas are being mentioned in this. The person who is meditating upon Devi as a Himakara Shila, moonstone, they have a particular look, they have a particular eye glances. Their looks are so compassionate. They have a special look. It's not like a normal person's staring at you. They don't have a hard look. As if sun and moon flow through their glances. Whoever is able to meditate upon you like a moonstone, white colored stone, he becomes like a Garuda. Garuda is a known enemy for all the serpents. Just by when Garuda flew through the Ramasainya, who fell unconscious because of the Sarpa Prayoga by Indrajit. Garuda passed through that path and everybody woke up. Everybody became conscious. The Vishahara Prayoga was done by Garuda. So Garuda is a known enemy for the serpents. So this person, I have told this once, but again I'll explain it again. There are two prayogas. There were two methods. Nowadays it's not to remove toxins from the bodies. A person who is bitten by snakes or any other venomous insects or animals. There were two methods. One is the Visha Vidya. It is by the mantra prayogas. And the Visha Vaidya, that is by the medicines. These two prayogas were done previously in India. Now Visha Vidya is not at all there. Visha Vaidya is still there in some parts. It's most unfortunate. Now, whoever is bitten by a snake or something else, a venomous creature, is getting admitted, he is getting into the ICU, the multiple system disorder happens, so system failure happens, and he is supported by ventilator, etc., dialysis, etc. And for every day, we have to spend around 50,000 rupees. If we stay in the hospital for 5 days, it will cost around 3 lakh rupees. The antivenom is also very, very expensive. Sometimes it is not effective. There are a lot of side effects as well as by the new method of the treatment. Whereas in olden days, they used to treat him with herbs. Sahasra Kalashabhisheka, it is told. 1,000 pots of water will be poured upon him. Kukuda Prayoga. There are many, many practices by which he will be cured in a few hours and he will walk back. A person who is being carried by others, he will walk back with medicines, with simple oral medications. So it is called as Visha Vaidya. There are two methods. One is Visha Vaidya, which is being done by medicines, and the second method is by the mantra prayogas. They have to be initiated by their gurus in childhood itself. The Namah Shivaya mantra, I'm taking an example. Nasi, Masi, Nasi, Masi, like that, they'll be going on repeating. For small insect bites like scorpion bite, etc. Even the old women used to do this. They will have a neem leaf or something. They'll be expert in that particular field. Sometimes I have seen people, who are treating persons with abscesses, which does not break at all. When they do this mantra prayoga, it will immediately cut open and it will be cured within 2-3 days. It will become a wound. So these are all Vishahara Prayogas, Vishavidya. They do not use any medicines for this. Visha they use a lot of medicines. So the initiation is very necessary to become an expert in Vishavidya. They never used to collect any fees for Agatha Tantra or for treating the persons who are bitten by snakes. Not a single penny they will collect. Even before the patient comes, they used to sense it. They used to have an idea that a person will come from this direction at this point of time. They will generally prepare double the quantity of medicines that is required, because sometimes the patient vomits the medicines. So second dose is also required. So that extra caution they will take. Generally, the toxins, the Visha, is fast spreading. So the medicines which act very fast will be prepared by the doctors. Not only the medicines, but also the mantra prayogas. The purity of thoughts, the attitude of not collecting money, the commitment to cure them. The doctor will not get a single rupee fees. But he may have to forego his food. He may have to forego his sleep. He may have to chant mantras. That is being done as a service to the society. So both the Visha Vidya as well as the Visha Vaidya will be combined by a doctor. The medicines which act very fast in the body will be given to the patient so that he gets cured immediately. Limited charges, no charges for the patient will be done from the doctor's side. They had an insight about what is going to happen. By mere looks, by merely looking at the doctor itself, the patient will get cured. He becomes like a Garuda. Not only in Visha, but also in fevers. So Sarpanam Darpam Samayati Shakuntadhipa Iva. He becomes like a Garuda who humbles the Sarpas, the snakes, the severest of the snakes. Also, Jaraplushtan Drishtya Sukhait Sudhadar Zaraya. By his ice cold looks, he cures the severest of the fevers. By mere looks, he is able to cure the fevers. This is another prayoga. Such prayogas are told in Chaturdashi text. Shanmasa dhyana yogena jayate garudopamaha drishtya karshayate lokam drishtaiva kurte vasam drishtya sanshobhayennarim drishtaiva harade visham drishtya chaturdashadimsa jaran nashayate kshanat Chandrakanta Shilamurtim Chintagitva Vinashayet Tapajjaran Seshamcha Shigram Tarksha Ivaparaha Garuda Dhyana Yogena Spandat Nashayet Visham. A person who is a worshipper of Devi, who is an upasaka of Devi, who practices meditation for 6 months, he becomes like a Garuda. He attracts everyone with his looks. He is able to cure the diseases by his mere looks. He is able to change the minds of the woman and attract them towards him. He is able to remove the toxins, the severest of the poisons. He is able to cure the 64 types of jaras in a second. He is able to cure tapajjara, etc. In this, the Amriteshwari form is being described as told in the textbooks. Devi lives in the Amrita Vapi, or in a waterfalls which is made up of nectars. Her name is also called as Dhara. Sukayati Sudhadhara Siraya. It is indicated in this particular sloka. It is told that when Halahala Visha, there are 2 poisons that emerged from the sea of nectar. Mahavishnu meditated upon this Dhara Devi, Amriteshwari Devi. And by that, the Lord Rudra was not affected by the Halahala Visha. This is so told in the Nilakantha Vijaya. The Devi looked at him with a compassionate looks. Snigdha, Apanga, Taranga, Sikshita, Bhavatshvelam, Kundachirata, it is told. So this prayoga is called as Vishahara prayoga. The form is Amriteshwari, which is meditated upon in this particular sloka. She is also called as Dhara. This mentions the great ability of the Upasaka who can cure diseases by mere glances. Even today, some people are there who will not even You will not give any medicines. They will ask the patient to cover all the other parts. They will see only the affected part with their staring looks. And the abscess, etc., break down so that the patient gets cured. So such prayogas are not extinct. They are still there, very rare. So in this, the Vishavidya and Vishavaidya is being described. The Prayoga Shastras is being described. So this is the brief of this particular sloka. So we can go to the next sloka.
Okay, Swamiji.
तटिल्लेखातन्वीम्
तटिल्लेखातन्वीम्
तपनशशिवैश्वानरमयीम्
तपनशशिवैश्वानरमयीम्
निषण्णां षण्णामप्युपरि कमलानां तव कलाम्
निषण्णां षण्णामप्युपरि कमलानां तव कलाम्
महापद्माटव्याम्
महापद्माटव्याम्
मृदितमलमायेन मनसा
मृदितमलमायेन मनसा
महान्तः पश्यन्तो
महान्तः पश्यन्तो
दधति परमाह्लादलहरी
दधति परमाह्लादलहरीम्
Tatil Lekhatanvim Tapana Sashi Vaishwanaраmayim Nishannam Shannamapyupari Kamalanam Tavakalam Mahapadmatavyam Mriditamalam Manasa Mahanta Pasyanto Dadhati Paramahlada Lahari. This speaks about the great souls who meditate upon Devi in the Mahapadmatavi, in the Sahasradala Padma, in the Mahapadma Atavi. Atavi means forest. Padma means lotus. Mahapadma means 1,000-petaled lotus, the big lotus. A few great souls meditate upon you. Mridita mala mayena manasa. They have removed all the dirt from their minds. Their minds have become pure by meditating upon you. Tatil lekhatanvi. Your form is like a lightning. Tatil lekha. Tanvi, it's very slender. Tapana Sashi Vaishwanaramayi. It is in the forms of Tapana, Sashi and Vaishwanara. Surya Chandra and Agni. Shannam Kamalanam Api Upari. It is above all the 6 chakras. Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddhi, Ajna. It is in the Mahapadmatavi. It is in the Sahasradala Padma. Whoever meditates upon you in your Sadhakya Kala, in that particular form, the dirt from their minds are removed. Mridita mala mayena manasa. The dirt from their minds are removed. Only very few people are able to meditate upon you in that Paramahlada Lahari, in that most enchanting, most blissful state that you are in. Very few people. Katichana Dhanyaha Chidananda Lahari. It was told in the previous sloka, Sudha Sindhor Madhye. Only very few people meditate upon you. Most of the minds are extroverted. We are always thinking about the materialistic pleasures in this world. And hence we never think about the lotus feet of Mother. Her form is like a lightning, Tatil Lekha Tanmi, Tapana Sashi Vaishwanaramayi. She is in the form of sun, moon, and Agni. She is in the Mahapadmatavi or in the Sahasradala Padma, or in the Brahma Granthi, or in the Chandra Mandala, in the Sahasrara Padma. Whoever is meditating upon you in the Sahasradala Padma, whoever is meditating upon you like a lightning, like a Surya Chandra Agni, the Sadhakhya Kala, the highest principle in this universe, whoever meditates upon that, he reaches the ultimate blissful state, Paramahlada Lahari. So there are many prayogas, there are many ways to meditate upon Devi. In each chakra, a particular devata is being worshipped in a particular way. In the Ajna chakra, the Nirajana is being done in the center, which is in the forehead. The Devi appears there only for a glimpse of a second. She is like a lightning in that particular center. And then she enters the Sahasradala Padma and unites with Sadashiva Tattva. When in the Ajna Chakra, she is called a Kshana Saudamini. She is there only for a moment. That moment of darshana, vision is enough for the seeker to become pure. His mind becomes pure. This is called as Sukshmatara Rupa, a subtler form of Devi. In the Sahasradala Padma, in the Chandramandala, she is there for a long time. The seeker is able to meditate upon her for a long time. He becomes blissful, Paramahlada Lahari. The Paramahlada flows in his mind. So whoever is meditating upon Devi in the Sahasradala Padma, becomes blissful, content. He doesn't need anything else. He doesn't require any materialistic benefits. He's not at all seeking any materialistic benefits. All his lust and greed is gone. He understands that she is filling the whole universe. Devi is the most lustrous form. She is like a thunder. She is like a lightning. She is like a sun, like a moon, like Agni. All the power sources, all the sources of light are from her. And he is able to go beyond the Shat Chakras, go beyond the Ajna Chakra, where she appears for a Kshana. She is a Kshana Saudamini, Tatil Lekha Tanvi. She is there like a lightning for a moment only. So these experiences will be described even after this particular sloka, mostly from 36th sloka onwards. The experiences of a seeker in different chakras of Kundalini. The seeker has different experiences in different chakras. they meditate upon Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Ishvara and Sadashiva in the five chakras. So he has different experiences in each of the chakras. Different bhutas, Pancha Mahabhutas, are being meditated upon the different chakras. So many such experiences are also being described in Samdar Lahari. In this particular shloka, that's this particular aspect of Kshana Saudamini in Ajna Chakra is being told. All these prayogas are to be done under the guidance of a guru. So for a general reader, for a general devotee, we can meditate Devi as the person who is the indweller of all the chakras, who is the yogini, who is beyond the six chakras. She is the greatest power of this universe. She is the source of all the lights like Surya, Chandra, Agni, etc. with the devotion. And this is the essence of this particular sloka. Tatil Lekha Tanvi Tapana Sashi Vaishwanaраmayim Nishannam Shannamapyupari Kamalanam Tavagalam Mahapadmadabhyam Maditamalam Ayena Manasa Mahanta Pashyanto Dadhati Paramahlada Lahari. I offer these words to the lotus feet of Amma and conclude my session today. We will continue our sessions on next Friday morning.
Thank you, Swamiji. So, can we play the Shanti Mantra and the Arati Stotra?
Yes.
Thank you.
जय जय शिव दयिते हरिहर विरिञ्चनुत चरिते कारय मां कृतपुण्यं तव गुणगानरतं महिते तव गुणगानरतं महिते सहस्रारकमले सततं विहररहसि धन्ये शिवाकार निजमञ्च विलसिते चिदानन्दमुदिते शरण्ये चिदानन्दमुदिते भवानि मयि दासे दृष्टिं वितरते सकरुणाम् निजसायुज्यपदैकवितरणां निखिलदुःखतरणाम् ऐहिकनिखिलदुःखतरणाम् भवतु मे विलसितं सपर्याविरचनं तव शिवे समकरनिपातहिमकरसमानदृशा स्नपय कृपया मामपि दृशा स्नपय कृपया अनेन धन्यमिमं मन्ये धरणिधर सुकन्ये तव स्तन्यमधुरास्वादनसुख निरस्तान्यविषयं कुरु मां निरस्तान्यविषयम् त्वदीयमपि वचनं गदतो मदीयमिव वचनम् स्वकीयसलिलैः सागरतर्पणसमं जननि विदितं सकलं समं जननि विदितम् जय जय शिवदयिते हरिहर विरिञ्चनुत चरिते कारय मां कृतपुण्यं तव गुणगानरतं महिते तव गुणगानरतं महिते.
Namaste to all.
Namaste. Om Namah Shivaya.
Namaste.
Class is dispersed.